It's your turn to be the game master. How do you keep all the lore, monsters, and treasures straight? Introducing the Beadle & Grimm's Game Master's Journal. Start by choosing your cover art, add text to remind you why you play, then plan your adventures with over 200 pages for character backstory, encounters, session logs, and more. When the campaign is over, you'll have a record of your character's bravery, cowardice, or both. Probably both.
What everyone giggling for now?
Welcome to tonight's show.
midnight caller again. Right, hello everyone. Welcome to Battle Badgers. I'm Dave, your host and GM for this series, and this is our Dragonlance campaign. And these are my wonderful players. How are you all doing?
Very good.
Woo!
Good.
Very good.
Good. I'm knackered because I've been at Legoland all day.
You poor bastard.
So,
yeah, our sympathies.
my first time, I'm absolutely shattered. It was a rush to get back as well, and I've just been there for over 6 hours, I think, and I'm done. So I'm in.
Be playing Avernus, shouldn't we?
We should be. We should be. But enough about Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, but I'm building up to it.
Yeah.
Enough about Baldur's Gate 3.
The Gurgin
Everyone's gone quiet again. I don't know if it's me or you lot or you just sitting far away. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How are you all doing? There we go. Right.
Yeah.
My headphones are a little bit quiet as well. I wasn't sure if it was just them, but it's a little bit quiet for me as well. If that helps.
There you go.
Sense.
I love the way that we wait until we're live before we mention these.
I thought it was just
It's
me.
great.
I thought it was just my headphone.
No, this is
you guys
the
are coming
point
through
of
good.
saying it before we go live.
I normally have to turn you all down, and you are allowed the same as you are every week.
Right.
Fine.
Anyway.
Good.
Any way. If I push this button, will it work? I don't know. Boom. There we go. Big massive thank you as always to Beadle & Grimm's. We are playing their Steelbook. This is the Dragonlance Steelbook, which looks a little bit kind of sexy. There it is. That is the Steelbook edition. And you would have already seen the trailer just before. But I'll throw this up as well. There it is. Look. The Game Master's Journal. In this cork cover. I don't know why it's cork, but it is.
So it floats if you drop it in the water.
It does. Because when I'm sitting in my boat planning, when I'm planning your demise, it is there. But it does say
Legoland again, isn't he?
it is, yeah.
Water ice.
It does say, where is it? Over here. It does say special thanks to. I'm trying to. Oh, where is it? There it is.
Some
Bottom
people.
line.
Steve Jobs.
It says Dave and Steve. Dave and
Yeah.
Steve, Band of Badgers. So there you go. That's the only nudge I need. I am shattered. I'm done. Right. So anyway, let's ease our way into chapter 3 of Dragonlance. Are we ready? Before we get started on that, chapter 2 ended. Are you happy with how chapter 2 ended? Where's Randy?
No, we lost Randy.
Yeah.
We did lose Randy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember saving his life, but then who knows? I might have died. I left. So
He's now the Lord and Ruler of Calaman. So in a way, Bakaris got what he always wanted, which was power and title.
It just cost him dearly, though, didn't it?
Well, his son is clearly still alive, and we are on a mission to save him.
That'd be
I don't
what we were
know. I
doing.
mean, I reckon.
do later.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we might
Well,
find
depends on
him
the storyline, might
and
be
he,
too soon,
and he
I
woke
don't know.
up dead.
Don't worry, guys. I've got a spell for that.
Mic drop.
I love the way you just like, yeah.
Yeah.
I just float backwards, like, yeah.
We've been playing with corpses this entire campaign. There's Wiz.
He's always been undead. What are you talking about?
He's going the animate dead route, aren't you? He's necromancer.
Oh
is
no!
coming out.
No! Yeah.
No. No.
Yeah.
I'm starting to picture a very short Michonne, and you're gonna just walk around with 2 zombies on leads.
That's not a bad idea.
Oh yeah.
That
Well, I
could be
mean,
done.
that's a bit kinky for Fizz, but I mean, I'm not going to judge you.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, oh.
We went straight to BDSM. That's where we went to.
As time
with
goes
zombies.
on, you just, you know,
Yeah.
We are
with
past the
zombies.
watershed, people. We are past the
it's
watershed.
less and less inhibited.
We are over watershed, yes. Apart from unless you're watching this at 9 a.m. for breakfast on YouTube.
Yeah.
Last episode we had toes. This episode, where's it gonna go? Where's it gonna end? Who knows?
Nobody knows.
No one knows. Right,
Nobody knows.
Jeff, do we have a badger fact?
Unfortunately not. No, I haven't prepared one this week.
Did you just see those headlights there?
Badgers don't have 75 hours in Baldur's Gate 3.
Badgers don't go to fucking Legoland.
Yeah,
Or if they do, they don't go back ever
holiday.
again.
I've been on holiday. That's my excuse. All I can tell you is I wish I had a goddamn badger in my garden because the other day we picked up 32 slugs from our lawn.
Oh.
So it would have been nice if we had a badger
wow.
who could have eaten them all.
I actually saw a badger last week
Ah,
at an animal sanctuary.
Was it
like, a
alive?
real life badger. It was alive, yeah. It was completely domesticated because it was living in the sanctuary. So yeah, it was basically like a dog. It was just reacted. It was quite
cool.
cute.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was really sweet.
I can turn into a badger in Baldur's Gate 3.
Right. We mentioned this last time, and look, no one believed me. But I mentioned last time in Baldur's. It might have been on Midnight Tower campaign, but in Baldur's Gate 3, there is a hidden badger sitting on a deck chair. Okay, no one believes me. So we did a multiplayer game, and I showed Steve. I showed him where it was. There is a badger sitting on a deck chair.
Yeah, so it's in the setting where you can make your map always fixed north.
There you go.
So go to that setting in Baldur's Gate 3 and you'll see a badger on a deck chair. Why? We don't know.
Well, we do know why.
Because it is
they're a big
Badger's Gate. It's
Yeah.
Badger's Gate.
obviously one of the developers is a fan. So
Yeah, it's
That's
secret
badgers.
fandom. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
These things keep happening.
Larry on Studios, if you'd like to come and join us for a game, you or one of the team are more than welcome.
or if you want to make one of
Please
us
do.
into an NPC, that'd be great.
Dibs.
Yeah.
That as well.
Got these coasters here with a badger on it, right? It just keeps popping up everywhere, right?
It just keeps going. It just keeps going. There's
Yeah.
a reason badgers are out there. It's a sign. Speaking of signs, where can you find banded badgers? Well, don't worry, Steve. I'll push the buttons for you.
Yeah.
You can find it at youtube.com.
I haven't found it yet.
Badgers. Now, for those of you who are watching on Twitch live or just on Twitch, thank you very much for doing that. Love you. But go over to youtube.com, banded badgers, and subscribe. Thank you very much. Where else I hear can you find us? Don't worry, Steve, I'll do it. You can find it at instagram.com banded badgers, where all of our stuff is. And we do mini painting. You can find it there. And there's more. I hear you cry. There's more.
There's
Where's
more.
Steve? I do it. There you go. You can find merchandise. Now you see Josh over there. He's got the mug and the t-shirt. He's doing well.
Yeah. I'm sporting
He's
both,
in
right?
another country, and he's doing well. He's doing better than Steve.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, what's yours?
Look,
Look, you know how bad Steve
I
is.
didn't even get Steve's
Steve-
character on my shirt.
Exactly. Yeah, that's your previous character, but Steve has a Christmas tree. It's September.
Yeah.
September
Steve, you're
23.
drunk.
That's early. I am knackered from walking around Poxy Legoland.
Delirious, overtired,
Yeah.
and delirious.
Yeah.
Delirious with joy, overtired. There he is.
He needs a nap.
Anyway, I'm gonna. It's nap time in a minute. As soon as I do a TPK, I'm gonna do
You
it.
can't
This
do
time.
it
Right?
in D&D. Not
Are we ready?
We're ready.
I think so.
We're ready. Are we doing any form of a recap, or are we just jumping in?
Oh yeah, what happened? What happened in the last episode? Go on, Steve.
Oh,
Come on, Steve.
Steve.
So we
Come, Steve.
we delved into the depths of the Calaman Catacombs, following Lord Loren Soth, the Death Knight of Solomnia. We worked our way through the catacombs, some of us taking shortcuts that didn't quite work out very well. So we had to dig shitting
me, I'm
out
sorry.
of the collapsed tunnel.
Very delightful.
We followed the flaming visions, and we saw a story unfold. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, saw a story unfold of a knight that turned bad, was married to an elf woman, and don't know if that was Lord Lorenzoff or not. I don't think we ever got to the bottom of that. But anyway, it was the tomb of a guy called Zanaz Salamir, who was also a knight. And his spirit was resurrected. He was a knight of the crown. He was resurrected and attacked us under the control of Lord Lorenzoff. We defeated him. Lorenzoff got away. And, he disappeared into the ether or wherever you go when you're dead. And in his tomb, we found the remnants of a Dragonlance. I think we found the tip. And just the tip. Yeah, just the tip.
Look at these talking to my left and right. You say
You
one
found
word,
only the tip. We'll see what happens this episode.
We were told by Zanaz to head north to the city of Lost Names, which was a site of Lord Soth's disgrace. So that's the only thing we know. We then went back up into the city of Calaman. The council were all dead. Everybody's wiped out. So Bakaris took over. Bakaris has stayed behind. And his orders to us were to sally forth with the rest of the Calaman army, whatever was left of it, including Darrett. And we were to head north and follow Takis's army because they'd up sticks and headed in that direction. Obviously, also to the city of Lost Names to find whatever they're looking for that they didn't find in the catacombs. And that is pretty much it.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, that was incredibly
Well
detailed.
done. Well done.
Good job,
And
Steve.
Grom has an axe, so we don't know what it does yet. So
I
we're
do
all
have an
keen
axe,
to see.
yes,
Pretty sure that it chops things.
which looks really cool. Yes.
So Grom got the axe, and Bakaris got everything else.
But apart from the lance, I think I got the lance, didn't I?
But just the tip.
Well, I
I got the lead
tip.
cloak.
Yeah, you get the cloak.
Oh yeah, the cloak. That was quite cool.
I've got the breastplate as well. But so if anybody wants the breastplate, they can have it, or we can sell it later on. But
So it should
If
be
you want to
worth a
wear
lot of
it,
money,
wear
that.
it.
I might do, or I might save it for something. So I'm happy to keep it in my bag for now.
Okay. It's been long enough. Are we ready to play?
Yes.
Good.
Everyone got their dice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here
Nice.
we go.
So you know, just rolled my dice twice, got 2 20s. They're gone for the night.
You should.
Nice work.
That's it.
Do it. Keep it up.
That's how
Keep it up.
it works.
2 down. No more to go. Right. Let's roll VT. Okay. So, Chapter 3. You are all on a number of boats, but you lot are all together. And you can see as night becomes day, waves are crashing against the jagged rocks along the shore. Beyond, you see red-hued canyons which carve their way through a harsh landscape. And in the distance, you see mountainous crags and strange formation are jutting skyward. You have been travelling from overnight in a series of ships, as Steve was alluding to, from Calaman to a destination called Wrecker's Edge. Now, hopefully, if I click this button, it might show us. Nearly.
Ooh.
Let's have a look. So here is where we started. This is the city of Calaman. And we have travelled out of Calaman Bay and we are heading north to Wrecker's Edge. Now this map is available in the shared file for all the players. And this, if you look north, this is the Northern Wastes. This is the area that we will be exploring for Chapter 3.
Nice.
It is big.
Cliffs that drink.
Yep.
Know it well.
Sky's Tears, Old Bones, Drowning Road.
Bloody good rum.
All great names. I'm sure nothing's going to go wrong.
Because this is a hex map. Oh, hang on. There's a key there, isn't there? It says what, 6 miles.
Yeah.
Okay.
God. This is going to take us a while, guys.
Yeah.
So does that mean we get there in a day or something?
You travelled overnight to get to Wrecker's Edge. So you're 3 or 4 ships, because you went for the cover of darkness. So
Yeah.
you're on the boat with Darrett, and Darrett has a contingent of troops that can't all fit onto one ship. So
Yeah.
you've taken 3 or 4 ships with you. And as the sun comes up, you can see that you have safely escaped Calaman Bay. And you turn the corner and you now go into Wrecker's Edge.
You guys all see that Flynn is actually standing up on the mast where the sails are, and he's looking out towards Wrecker's Edge, and he shouts down to you, "Wrecker's Edge! Oh, that brings back some good memories."
I think
And
Shim
he
and the
swings
Bizwiz are
his
still in the crow's
rum.
nest.
Yeah,
That's where we
I'd
left last.
be taking it all in with you, if you like.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Shilling,
kind of
but
memories?
this brings back some memories.
I know. I miss this life.
Nothing like being on the ocean.
Yeah.
So I
Any
come
memories in
down.
particular?
You see Flynn sort of jump down, and he grabs onto a rope and he slides down the mast with just his feet on the mast, almost like abseiling down it, but at speed. And then when he gets to about 10 foot from the deck, he just lets go and just lands. And you've never seen him be this dexterous before. It's almost like being on the sea gives him another level of dexterity or something. It's just otherworldly.
It's your sea
sort of
legs.
thing. Yeah. And he's and again, what Flynn has when he's on the land is he has a sort of natural sway to him, but on the sea he's like dead straight and doesn't move at all. Even though the boat's swaying, it's like he's just not moving at all, and it looks really strange to you. And he says to you, "We're coming up on Wrecker's Edge. I believe this is our destination. Bloody good Smuggler's Cove back in the day. Got some really good stories. The only problem is it's abandoned now. There's no bugger there."
Well, as
Rather
you
not
say that, as the ship continues to go around Wrecker's Edge, the actual edge of Wrecker's Edge, you come across, and you can all kind of make out this hidden cove. And there's a few ramshackle buildings put up to the side, which could have been once storage units, but sheltered from storms, sheltered from the waves. just enough that boats could actually pass in, load and unload, and then back out again. But you notice there does seem to be a ship parked up.
I'd get out my telescope and I look at it. Well, that's a bit odd, because Record's Edge has been abandoned for years. There shouldn't be anyone here. Can I see a name on the ship?
You can't see a name, but as you look, give me a perception check actually, using your
Yep.
I was going to say spyglass, using your telescope.
First roll. I've got 14 on the dice, plus lots.
That's
Perception, plus 4. 18 total.
Good. You see where the nameplate should be, but you can see it's kind of it's cracked, it's broken. So you've got where the nameplate should be, it's all just been ripped out. So you've just got the very start and the very end. But it does appear to be, I would say, Shilling. You can kind of recognise it. It looks like it's Sylvanesti Elven origin.
Ah, okay. It's piqued Shilling's interest, and she shouts out "Ship ahoy!" just to see if anyone's on there.
It's way far.
Is it way off? Oh, okay.
It's using a telescope to look at it.
Yeah, I'd give her it, and she takes a look.
I'll pretend I've got down for the process. I've like pirouetted down very gracefully. So yeah, she looks in, says, Sylvanesti. Interesting. Wonder what they're doing here.
So I have two questions. One, why was Record's Edge abandoned in the first place? And why would there be a boat there now?
I can answer the first question if you want me to, Dave.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, well, I wasn't here when it was abandoned. I was only here in its heyday. But
I'm sure you've
the
heard
word
rumours.
was, the rumour was that a magical case of severe syphilis broke out, and no one could understand where it was coming from. And anyone that stepped foot in there just got it without any means of touching anyone or anything. So nobody goes there anymore. I think that's bullshit, but it's a good story.
Yeah. Shilling's just like, what the actual
We'll just keep on sailing by it, shall we?
Yeah. I suggest we continue on.
I don't want syphilis.
Well, don't worry,
So-
no one's getting syphilis. We're all good. No one's getting
Hawk
that.
and Shilling. When you're looking for the telescope, you notice that the ship, it looks pretty battered,
Okay.
and it looks like it's been brought up on some rocks. Potentially might have been on purpose. It might not be, but you can see as you start to have a proper look, the sails are ripped and tattered. Some of the siding on the boat has been torn out, ripped apart. So it does look like the ship has taken some damage.
Okay. Would
So,
Shilling have
is it
any idea why there's a
partially run aground?
Sylvanesti ship there? Given that she's obviously an elf of that esteem, as it were.
You have no
I guess
idea.
she's kind of like, no idea why it's there, only that it's very damaged. And
You're just a
quiet.
floating head at the moment. That's all I can see.
I'm getting like absorbed into the foliage of this like background. I don't know why. I've never done that before.
So,
Did we
Dave,
need to help
is
you?
it partially run aground?
Maybe, yeah. It seems to be that way.
Do we need to go and find out? Do we need to save anybody, or does somebody need help, or do we need to save them from this syphilis, whatever that is?
Don't worry, that's only on the land. It doesn't
Did either
affect
one of you
anything on
see
the
anyone?
ocean.
Did either one of you see anyone?
Did we
No.
see anyone on the
looks
deck,
abandoned.
Dave?
No, you haven't seen anyone. You've only seen the damage to the ship.
Can't tell if it's been run aground on purpose or by accident.
Well, I would say
But
we
is
should show caution.
I think we should go check it out.
Is there anything
Yeah.
there you think we could use in our upcoming missions?
But this
Maybe.
is the place where we were supposed to land anyway, correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
Ah.
so this place was chosen as a safe landing point because it was empty.
Well,
So if it's no longer empty, then we shouldn't bring all three boats into dock. We should probably take a skiff if there is one and go in ourselves and investigate.
to see if it's still
Yeah,
safe.
We should get Darrett to make sure that he signals to the other ships to stay on the ocean for now. Don't alight anywhere.
I have a question for you, Dave, because I can't remember what we said last week. Did we also take our horses onto the boats? Because obviously, when we get here, we've then got to travel further north. But are we all going on foot?
You're going on foot.
Okay, right, thank you. Is there a rowing boat or anything that we can take ashore without needing to dock the whole?
You can certainly take a rowboat across. Yeah.
Yeah, like a little
Will
lifeboat.
will it fit
Darrett-
all of us in one go?
Yeah.
Okay.
You've got a couple of rowboats that the ship can use, and every ship will have a couple. Don't forget, you've also got Darrett on board this ship. Now, Darrett won't go with you, but your purpose is the advance scouting party.
Yeah.
So Darrett, before Darrett can bring those troops across, syphilis curse or not, you have to go first.
Yeah, and that's what I'm suggesting to do is we all jump in the skiff, go across, check that it's safe, then we'll duck out of cover and do the old flashy mirror thing to make sure he knows it's safe to land.
I'm not
Are
worried
we
about the
boarding
curse
that
because I'm
boat at all?
patient zero.
Are we boarding
Sorry.
the boat at all? We're just going inland straight away.
No, we jump in one of the boats, Shilling, and we'll go across to the ship that we can see because we need to check
Okay.
it out.
Yeah, to investigate, because I'm thinking potentially, because obviously she shouldn't be there. She wants to see if there's anyone
Darrett,
left, as it were, on the
Darrett.
boat that she may know.
Darrett, can we take one of the dinghies and check it out?
Of course you can, Hawk. Yes, please do.
We'd also like 2 men to row us ashore and wait with the boat.
I think you'll find that probably maybe just the 5 of you, or perhaps 6 of you, will fit into the boat at one time.
Yeah, we don't need to go ashore yet. We need to get to that boat.
Yeah. Find
All
out
right,
what
as-
happened.
But I can certainly give you at least one. There's a guy over there with a red shirt. He can come with you.
He fits the bill I was looking for exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wait, I'm wearing
Uh-oh.
red. Is that a problem, guys?
No, that makes you just perfect for the away team, Fizz.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'll help
All
anyway.
right.
I
As we
can.
get in the boat, as we get in the boat to go, I'll turn to Darrett and just you keep an eye on us as we go out. And if anything goes wrong, just watch for the flare. I'll send up some type of visual indication. Just be watching.
Okay. Thank you, Grom. Yes.
And I'll get in the boat.
Fizz or Grom even, you've both cast spells before that have light effects.
Yeah.
Do you have control over the colour of those lights?
I do.
Okay, so Darrett, when you see green lights in the sky, that means it's safe to come ashore. If you see red lights, then it's not safe, and you should turn back south and head to Calaman.
Red light, green light.
If you could all wear these numbers.
Come on, let's go. I start lowering down the dinghy.
Yeah, Shilling's getting impatient. She's like, come on.
Yeah.
Jump in
Biz,
it.
whoosh, with the hat. The face disappears, the orbs come out. This skull pauldron on one side and this like leaf shroud jumps down after you guys. Not as dexterous as you whatsoever, but tries.
I'll climb down the ladder and step heavily into the boat. It may even sway control
That's like
from
rocks.
side to side. And I'll turn to Fizz and I'll say, Fizz, I might even enjoy boat rides if it wasn't for 2 things:
Oh, what's that?
boats and water. And I'll sit down in the back with a thumb.
Shilling looks
You
and
can't
goes,
see
You're
his
right,
face.
they're going a bit green.
Right, I assume it's a rowboat, Dave. So
Yep.
Flynn will sit down in the middle and grab the oars and start rowing towards the boat.
Okay. It's a good kind of 5-10 minutes row, but you've got the sea is pushing you in, and the closer you get, you can see more and more damage to this. It's still a ship. It's a fairly small boat, smaller than what you currently have come from. but it is of, or it once would have been, beautiful elven design.
Yeah, Shilling
As we're
comments on
rowing
how
towards
beaten up
it.
it is.
Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, you can like Shilling mentions how beaten up the boat is and how it's not. They're so ornate.
You're right,
The
Shilling.
ship's undergone a lot of damage.
This would have been a fine ship if it had been a few years ago, I suspect. But yeah. So as we're rowing towards the boat, you guys notice that Flynn, his muscles just seem to get bigger as we're rowing towards the boat. And when we get to the boat and he stands up, he actually physically looks more impressive. And this is because he's now got 20 strength after leveling.
Nice.
Nice.
Finally caught up then.
Yeah, bet you ain't got 20 dexterity though.
Oh, I haven't.
You got
Won't be
those
much
are
point
plus
right
stats.
now.
Right, is there a ladder or a rope to board onto the boat?
No.
I think I've got this.
Interesting.
And how high up is the first like entryway or something that people can then safely grab onto?
Oh, not far. To go up to it, so you've got the ship lower deck. You've got various portholes and openings, so you can easily climb up. But again, now that you're right, almost against the boat itself, you can see that the planks are popping out. It has, whether it's placed on purpose or it has run across, it is on rocks. It is no longer floating. Or maybe it's been raised for repair.
Fizz takes out his grappling hook that you saw from the first boat encounter when we left Vogler, and then attaches the rope to it. And then, like, you watch as he goes down to the wand at his side, which you see him using less and less these days when it comes to casting magic. But he pulls the silver threads from it, and this spectral hand appears, gets the grappling hook, and then takes the rope up to the if there's banisters or portholes, whatever's the highest point that we can then choose where we want to alight, and attaches a rope to the boat for everyone. It's like,
Fantastic.
Nice.
I'll do what I can.
Good job, Fizz.
Thank you. Shilling's the first one up
Thanks,
that
Dad.
rope.
Flynn.
Come on, she's gone.
And Flynn's behind her.
Yeah.
Okay. What I'll do then is I will change the map for everyone. Just so you have something to explore.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Ooh.
And look,
Nice
I'd already
blue.
put
Where-
Hawk in the middle.
Yeah, oh, look at that. That's good. Yeah. Whereabouts on the boat do we appear? Is it on the deck,
Oh,
like
about
there?
here.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're going to go all the way to the top.
Yeah, cool.
Oh,
Okay.
that's the boat. I'm moving the boat.
Oh, the boat is moved.
Oh,
That's cool.
they're swimming. They're swimming. They're drowning.
So you can see now quite clearly the amount of damage this boat or this ship has taken.
God, half of it's already in the water. I didn't see that.
Yeah,
That's
this
not
looks
from
like
this boat.
Yeah, that's a second.
Oh,
boat.
that's different. I thought pivot snapped off.
Sounds like more treasure for plunder.
So this isn't new Shilling, is it? Would you agree?
No.
This looks like it's been here for a while.
Definitely. Been abandoned, perhaps, or the inhabitants
Possibly, yeah.
or deck, the crew have met some sort of demise.
Dave, I've run over to the other side to have a look over the other edge of the boat,
Yep.
and I assume that I see the makeshift path that's been made.
Yes, and that takes you directly to the rest of the cove. So if you was to follow this kind of cliff edge, that goes straight in. But then it's a natural formed cove, and beyond that is the ramshackle buildings and everything else that's there.
Can I tell if that wooden path has been made of parts of this boat?
It's been made by all bits of floating wood, driftwood, planks from other broken ships, planks
but
potentially from the buildings themselves,
but
and
not
some
from this boat.
maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
What does Shilling see when
I'm
she
try-
peers down where some of the floorboards have come up, or deck boards, should I say? Obviously, because it goes into a lower level. Can she see anything down there, or is it all black?
You can go and have a look if you want to.
Let's have a look. So around this area where it's.
Shilling, let's stick
holy-
together.
Oh yeah, follow me.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Follow me.
Just pouring out my ale. I'm coming.
So Shane, do a perception check for me.
Perception. Uh, 14 plus 4, 18. No, probably 14 plus 6, unnatural 20.
Okay.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
30, 20. Not bad.
You can see part of the mates' quarters below, various hammocks. Some are still slung, some have fallen down. But initially, the boat, or this room below, is empty.
Oh, okay.
Well, what do you guys see up there?
Not a lot at the minute, which is quite strange. Empty.
You might as well come up, guys.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I'll trail. I'll let Fizz and Jorg go up first. Grom's a little self-conscious about his, like, the armor and everything that he's wearing, like trying to climb up the edge of this boat. So he'll definitely go last.
Okay.
I say to Hawk, is it worth exploring deeper levels? It seems like this has been well and truly abandoned, but because I can see absolutely nothing.
Do you want me to send
Is
Hope
there
down?
any obvious way below decks?
That'd be good.
I think it's worth having a quick look below decks, just in
Yeah.
case there's any indication as to why this boat is here. If we can find any notes or captain's log.
Who's staying
That's
above
log.
deck and who's
Sorry.
going below deck?
Is there an obvious way below deck? Is there a hatch with some stairs or something that we can see?
The one of these hatches you can open.
Yeah.
If not, this is the main door. You can go through that, and then that will give you access.
Shall I?
Would
and he
that
pulls.
also... Sorry, go on.
You see
please.
the beard come out and pulls out Hope the rat, and he's like, I could send Hope down first if you want to have her scout around.
Well, that'd be great.
Yeah,
that'd be
good
great.
idea, Fizz. While you're doing that, I'm going to head towards the captain's quarters because that's at the back underneath the wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So I'll go over to that door, Dave, and
Yep.
and see if it opens into the captain's quarters.
Shilling
I'll deal
follows.
with
Actually curious.
Fizz's rat first.
Yeah, I guess,
Okay.
Fizz will
So,
sit down.
That's a line I never thought I'd say.
Hawk and
Okay.
Shilling
Yeah.
are going in the
Yeah.
captain's quarters. Where's the rat going?
I will anywhere there's a gap that we can send a rat through, which I imagine would be most gaps.
Yep.
Yeah, I will sit down at the edge there. I will do the walk thing and go into Hope, and then I will send the rat start going through the rooms in the ship.
Okay. Grom, Jorg.
So you'll see Grom kind of walk up near the front of the boat. Yeah, I think I'll just I'll stay up here. I'll keep a watch out. I need to put some oil on the new axe anyway. So I'll go ahead and stay up here.
I'm going onto the walkway on the other side of the boat. So I'm going to go to the other side of the boat, climb down onto the walkway, and just see what I can see in the town, and just keep an eye out from that direction.
Okay. So, Shilling and Hawk, you go into the captain's quarters. There's still a nice plush desk in there, a couple of chests, a whole stack of books, map charts, all the paraphernalia you would expect to see.
Can we find the captain's log?
Yeah. Shilling's instantly opening drawers, rummaging, just being not a
We'll
usual
go through all
self.
the books, look on the
Literally
desk
just trashing it.
especially.
So Shilling's going through all the drawers and the desk,
Emptying books, chucking stuff left, right, and centre.
doing all this, and Hawk just kind of points at the desk and says, "There's the ship's log. It's already open on the desk."
So we check the last couple of entries. Did they say anything interesting?
As you're doing this, Fizz, you mentioned you've gone into your rat.
Yes.
So what are you doing?
Ugh.
Sort of sitting cross-legged on top of the boat?
So I would be, so on that, I guess railing or banister that's next to it, or he's next on the edge, he sits on his arse and basically has Hope there in his hands. And he kind of like, his head goes back slightly. And although you can't see his eyes because of the mask and the shroud, his eyes would roll back and then he would be in Hope as he watches the eyes turn like silver and red and glow slightly. And then you see and then it starts to like skitter off and find a hole to go down. And I don't know if where Shilling said she had a look here, if that's the first hole or if there's one by where I am. But I am
where you are now. Fizz was just down that sort of gap.
Yeah.
I was pretty much here.
I am
so
now
as Hope the rat goes down.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
As the rat goes downstairs.
He is verbalizing.
Yeah.
Can talk.
You see this room. It is not lit in any way. It's just that the light of the morning sun is coming through every possible crack and space in this boat. And you see a number of hammocks. Possibly 8 to 10 various hammocks in various states. You see a table with plates of partial eaten food. You see barrels of water and wine as you skitter around the floor, dodging the posts. You don't see anyone moving, no. You don't hear any noises.
Do I see any bodies or anything, or is it completely derelict?
No, it is empty.
Yeah, I would verbalize all of this. Even though I can't hear you guys, it would just be talking. He doesn't know you're not next to him. And yeah, I will just try and move through rooms. If there's any way further down, he would go. But yeah, he's just going to systematically, through Hope the rat,
Room to room.
Go, yeah, room to room.
Okay.
Okay, so you've verbalized to us that you've seen like half-eaten food and all that.
Yeah. Well, if you can hear me from where you are, then absolutely. But I am just, as I see things, the BizWiz actual gnome himself, his mouth is moving, the words are coming out.
Okay. If I can hear him from where he is,
Mhm.
then I guess I'll kind of say back to him, how old's the food? Is it rotten or is it fresh?
You don't get a response. He just keeps talking like he hasn't heard you.
Okay. I'll go back to kind of oiling the axe.
So while you're oiling the axe, you start to see a certain amount of leaves and dust and debris over by the staircase up. Well, I'm putting it over there. I should put it over here. There we go. Over in this area, you see a swirl of leaves and dust and bits and pieces starts to spin round in a circle. And then you realize it's going against the breeze. This is its own formation of wind.
Here we go.
And from just to the right of you, over in this corner, you see the same thing. Shoom, 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 shoom. And as the dust builds up, you start to see it starts to form like a cloud as it starts to grow and rise up. And there's a very kind of crude face in this cloud. And it looks at you, and I'll show you a picture of what it looks like. It looks at you and it starts to distend its mouth down, almost like it's screaming, but completely silent. And at that point is where we're going to roll initiative.
Yeah, I love these things. DMing and it's like.
So everyone, put your initiative into the initiative tracker for me. I will set this up. Boom, 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 boom.
For the first time in this campaign, I am not at disadvantage for anything because I am not exhausted.
Yay!
That's good.
Oh, what was that? No, 167.
So,
Make sure none of you have the same number. Just drop your number by 1.
oh, we're good. Wait, you want me to drop my number by 1? Looks like the enemy is also.
I will drop my number. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, so Hawk, you're not in it yet.
No, I
as a-
assumed we would be out of it.
Yeah. Viewers, for those of you watching live on Twitch, let me know if the music is too loud.
It is a bit loud.
It's a little
That's
loud.
fine. That's fine. That's fine.
I'll do it then, Steve.
That's better.
Where were you, Steve?
Right.
Why, yeah.
So, first up then is Grom.
On the first up.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is yell out, "Fizz! Snap out of it!" And then, am I in direct? How far away is that one near me? How far away is it?
You're within 5 feet, easy. This thing is just getting bigger and bigger.
Okay, so I'm already in melee. I'm already in melee range
Yes.
for it. Okay.
And this is the great art of Beetle and Grims. This is why I like it. Look, it's just,
Yeah, it's so awesome. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Can I ask a question? Very quickly, I look down, and I'm trying to see, like, how weathered is the wood on this boat? I mean, is it like...
the wood is not weathered at all. It is not the wood that's damaged. It's not the wood that's rotten. This is not an old ship.
Okay.
It has been physically attacked.
Okay.
And
Alright.
someone has tried to make repairs.
All right, I am going to, out of the moment, being almost like somewhat startled, or I'm assuming that I'm not surprised, but because this has sort of happened so quickly, and I really wasn't ready for this. Like, I'm in the middle of trying to, like, I'm working with this new weapon, right?
Yep.
So what you'll see Grom do is kind of take one, not go out of range, but take one step back. And I will just look directly at it, and I'll just do kind of what comes natural for me, and you'll see this flame just come directly down, kind of mid-sky, and like strike it, and I'll cast Sacred
Nice.
Flame.
Ooh.
Okay, you guys succeed on a Dexterity saving throw.
Go for it. Okay. I'm going to use my big chunky dice. It's
Chunky.
pom, 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 pom. It is a fail.
Oh,
Okay, that's a fail. All right.
I got 11.
So that's going to be. Plus. Yeah, it's just that's all it is. So that'd be 8 points of radiant damage.
Okay, and this is to the first one, the nearest to you, yeah?
Right next to me. Yep.
Yeah. So as you strike this thing, you can see it as it hits it goes all the way through it. It does seem to cause it some distress, but as it hits the bottom of the boat and bounces back up again, it's almost as if it catches some of the energy and starts swirling it around.
Great. I'll just kind of stare at that sort of in amazement, and like I'll just kind of brace myself with my shield, and then that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay. My turn. So as you attack me, I will attack you. They get 2 attacks. First one is a miss. Second one, ooh. I think it's a 12.
That's a miss. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then you see this one. over on the far side, just as it picks up more debris, it heads directly for Fizz.
Oh.
And it's going to attack him while he's there. It's going to get advantage. It's a hit.
Advantage on that. Yep.
Yep. That's a 14 on the first hit. And you see Fizz, where he's kind of sitting, just completely not in his own body. This thing slams him down onto the deck. Bam! Solidly. That's 14 points of damage.
14, yeah.
Second
So
one
with that,
yep.
With that, obviously, like him feeling pain, because he can feel the pain, he just can't hear or see. Would that be enough to snap him out of his wargame, basically? I mean, I'm just, is that enough for me to be able to just end the connection?
Connection to the rat, yes.
Yeah, cool. But yeah, crack on.
So you
hit me again.
You go back into your body. You're flat on the deck, and then suddenly you're hoisted up into the air, bam, and slammed back down for another 14 points of damage.
Whoa! And like ragdoll, he's like, and he looks bad.
Shitting in Hawk, do a perception check for me.
Perception.
Oh, I rolled a nat 20 plus 6, 26.
Not quite as good, but I rolled an 18 on the dice.
That's fine. You both hear these two loud bangs coming from the main deck.
Shilling instantly.
Oh, shit!
Like, peeps out the window because she's near where she's chucking the book. She turns, sort of looks out the cabin window, as it were, onto the deck, and sees, I think, be straight across her line of sight. I think the dust devil next to Fizzwiz.
Yeah, and he's getting ragdolled.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, is it her turn to go, or is it kind of like just?
It's Fizz.
Okay.
Fizzwiz.
So,
go Fizz, your turn.
Yeah, with that, he is going to. He like calls like, grab! And then he is going to just instinctually, like, he just throws his hands out from the wand, and these silver swords just burst out from him as he casts Sword Burst. I need a dexterity saving throw from the air elemental, please.
Okay. That's a 16.
It passes, so I believe it's going to take half damage. Let me double check. Oh no, it takes no damage. They just pass through it. These like spectral swords and burst out from Fizz, but like because he's being ragdolled about, they just go everywhere.
Okay. We're going to go to the top of the round. Unless there's anything else you want to do, Fizz.
There's nothing else I can really do.
Okay. Jorg, can you also give me... Well, I think you would have heard the... anyway. But can you also do a perception check?
I can. 11.
Okay. I think you're fine, because you would have heard the slams and the fact that Fizz is yelling out.
Yeah, okay.
So, top of the round, Hawk.
I will double time it out to the main deck. I'm not too sure what the distance markers on this is, because it doesn't seem to have any squares. But I assume I can get to the one that's attacking Fizz.
Yeah, just use your token size as a... Imagine your token size is a square.
Yeah, so like 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I can get to the one that's attacking Fizz. And I will shout out, "Oh, bugger! It's a fucking air elemental! I've seen these before! Oh, God!" And I'll just attack the bugger, because there's not much I can do other than attack him. So I will slash it in with my rapier. And that is 10 plus rapier. 18 to hit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right.
That hits.
And that is 5 plus 5 damage, which is 10 damage.
Yep. Well done.
And then I shall slash at him again with my rapier.
Yep.
And that isn't. Oh, that's not as good, but it's not too bad. That is 16 to hit.
Yep. Hits.
Oh, it does hit. And that is 3 plus 5 damage. 8 damage.
Yep.
And then I should take a slash at him with my boarding axe in my left hand.
Yep.
And that is 17 to hit.
That hits.
And the damage on that one is slightly less. Oh, no, it's not. It's the same damage as I just did with the other one. 8 damage.
Another 8, yeah?
Yep. And I'll say, oh, bugger! Don't like these things.
You just see like Fizz just like getting slapped down. He's like, help!
Trying, Fizz. I'm trying.
Tornado.
If we had a massive bellows, we could suck them into it.
You're just gonna see the Peter
Right,
Griffin in a bit like,
Next up is Jorg. Go for it.
Did you say how high the deck was above this walkway, or when we was on the boat? Is it like 10 feet or something?
It's about 12 foot.
Okay, so I'm going to take my 10-foot run up forwards, and I'm going to jump onto the deck, please. I'll make a athletics check.
Yep.
24.
Nice. Boom, boom.
So I'm going to jump onto the deck, grabbing hold of this rope by the side of me here.
Yep.
And using my attacks, I'm going to cut through that rope with the intention of allowing that then to swing me towards the creature. And all I want to do is just end up standing between Fizz and it. So I'm going to use my attacks to cut the ropes, but just swing across the deck and then land in front of Fizz.
Yep.
Like Errol Flynn.
Go
Do you
for
want
it.
me to roll to hit on some ropes, or just use me 2 attacks to cut?
No,
So
you're good.
so I just run forwards, leap up onto the deck, reach as high as I can on that rope, just slice through, and then slide through and deposit myself there.
Nice.
Slide through.
Well done.
Blocker.
And that was very nice cinematic, and it was on point because it's very themed. So I'll let you have inspiration for that one. That was
Oh,
good.
look at that! Oh,
And
thank you very much, David.
Nice one.
That was good. That was good. That's how
Nice.
you do it.
Thanks.
Do you get an attack as well?
No, because
You're
I
doing
did
the
a
whole
lot
thing.
there. So yeah, you've been
Fair
fair.
enough.
So all I really wanted to do was just protect Fizz. So that's well done.
Okay. Shilling, you're up.
Okay, so Shlyn knows what's going on now. So as she's been flinging the books around, she notices she's got like a really heavy, chunky biography of a famous admiral. She's like, oh, that'd be good to read. Oh, sorry. So she just smashes the glass and the window pane, settles down, gets her short bow out, and takes a shot at Air Elemental B. So she has advantage because she's hiding. I don't think it would have heard the smash glass. I think there's too much going on. So
you tell him, Lauren.
10. That's a 17 with advantage.
Okay, that hits. Yep.
That's hits. And for damage, that is a 3, but that's a total 7, but I need to do my sneak attack on top. So that 7 plus 13, that's 20 points of damage.
Okay. I say hits. It's made of air, so you sit go and just carries on going.
Oh no.
Hmm.
I hope it didn't
Anything
hurt
else you'd like
George.
to do?
No, I'm just going to stay put where I am at the minute, just to kind of get a gauge of the situation while she's hiding.
Brom.
okay. As I see everybody kind of getting into position now, Grom's confidence somewhat returns, and I'll stare down Air Elemental A, and I'll look at the kind of the new axe, and I'll look back and I'll say, well, let's see what it has. And I'll swing it up. Now I'm not going to hit it with the axe. I'm going to take the axe and slam it down into the ground right in front of the air elemental, and you will just see this like flash of red, and a 15-foot cone blasts out of fire. And I'm actually casting Burning Hands, but that's how I'm doing it.
Nice.
I need a dex save from you, Dave.
Okay, here we go. That's a 19.
Yeah, that succeeds.
Silvery
You'll
barb.
take,
Ooh.
Okay.
Roll it again.
You might like Biz is like as he's getting thrown back, just no, and just like the silver like grabs onto it.
That's 7. It's a fail.
Yeah, it's a fail. So you'll take.
Good call.
And you can have advantage on your next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
Me?
Yes.
Nice.
As that silver like also binds to you in your hands.
Okay. That'd be 7 points of fire damage.
Okay. Yep.
Well, no, hang on. That's halved. So you're taking 3 points. You're only taking 3 points of fire damage.
No, he failed the saving throw on the.
Oh, that's
Fire.
right. Right. Okay. So yeah, 7 points of fire damage then.
Okay. Yep. That's good. Next up.
And it will ignite anything within the area. So that's why I was asking about the wood. So I don't know if
Yeah, this
any
is
wood catches fire, but
because this is in the section it's in. I think we are fine.
okay.
Okay. If it was in one of these sections where it's replacement dried wood, then we'd have a fire issue. But you're okay.
All right.
My turn. Okay, so Elemental A doesn't like that Grom. Surprise, surprise.
Great.
So what it does, you see the face as the face kind of extends some more, and it just keeps coming forward and forward and forward. And
Engulfing them?
envelopes you. Yep,
Oh,
you are
great.
inside this thing. You need to do a strength saving throw, please.
Oh,
The DC
great.
is
You
13.
got it.
Strength
on,
is
Grom.
not my
Come on.
strength's my dump stat. So okay. Hang on, what is that? Oh, that's good. I rolled an 18 on the die. It's a plus 0.
Okay.
I rolled an 18.
Okay. On a fail. On a pass, you take half damage. Okay. You take 7 damage, and it feels like it's trying to pick you up, but not
Off the
succeeding.
ground.
Yeah,
Okay, so I have now taken damage.
you have. We'll come back to that. So we'll address that at the top of the next round. Elemental B is going for Yorg because Yorg, you are in its way. It's going to try and do the same to you. Actually, it's going to just move forward and engulf you. So you need to do a strength check, DC 13.
Okay. I'd like to use my reaction to activate Mega York.
Okay,
We need Mega.
go for it.
21 on my strength saving throw.
Okay, so you take 7
Gigantic
points of
Yorg.
damage. But for those of you who see him now, you see Mega Yorg materialize inside the air elemental, and he's just trying to nice and big and slow motion as he's fighting this thing, which is all over him. Don't worry, Steve, I do it.
Kaiju.
Ooh. I was about to say, does it affect the boat at all? Can we feel like as Mega
No,
York gets
you're
bigger,
not
the boat
floating.
starts moving? Ah, okay, that's good.
Am I pushing or am I trodden on?
He just breaks through the floor.
Yeah, just collapses from the deck. Like,
Okay, Fizz.
Yeah, I guess Biz, like now the air elemental is sort of engaged somewhat with Yorg. Starts to like scramble, and he will use his action to disengage. And then I'm prone, aren't I?
You are.
Yeah, so I will spend half my movement to stand up, and then I will go with my last. Why can't I move mine? I don't appear to be able to move my token, but I would go 10 foot along the edge of the deck to basically here.
Okay.
And then I don't think I have any bonus actions. Just going to double check. No. And with that, he just, he's like, looks at Grom, looks at Yorg, he's like, looks towards Blinn, he's like, we can do this. And then just like pulls out the quarterstaff, and you see like a twirl for the first time ever in mid-combat, and he stands like ready to act. That's all he can do.
Okay. Top of the round. This is round 3. Grom, before we get into it, can you roll me a wisdom saving throw, please?
Uh-oh.
All right, wisdom saving throw.
That's your good one. Come on.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Nat 20.
Let's see. That's
30.
actually really, really good. So that's a 26. 19 on the die.
Good.
Wisdom saving throw? What wisdom saving throw?
Hawk, you're up.
I will
right,
shout
so-
to Hawk. You knew what these things were. How do we kill them?
Yeah, we needed giant bellows, mate. I told you earlier. We need to suck them into something.
Do you say that?
Huh?
Are you actually saying? Are you actually going to tell me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can kill them, Yorg, if you keep wailing on them. But we used to just suck them into something. On the ship I was on, we had this massive bellows, and you just used to suck them in, and then we'd blow them out again over the sea, and they'd disappear.
You bitch
Right,
just shout,
so
suck him
I'd-
off the float!
Yeah. Suck it off. I've got a moth here in real life trying to dive bomb into my ale. It's worrying me.
Hold on, Pip. I'll be back in a sec. I've just got to sort something out. Hold on.
No worries. Oh,
That's not good. What's he doing? Dave doesn't step away.
Yeah.
Might
did
get
anyone
like
know
a
any good
miniature bellow.
sea chanties? I feel like I should know a song or two, but I don't.
You should know sea shanty.
There was a young
shit
woman
shanty.
from Ealing who had a peculiar feeling. Well, I better not finish that one. Definitely lose our PG rating. Or PG-13.
Yeah.
This is not a
Don't
great
trust
situation.
Dave.
Two of us are engulfed.
No.
No.
No, I was thinking, I don't know if this would work, but I was thinking of saying to Dave, is there any barrels on the deck? And trying to actually use a barrel to scoop some of it. So I think that would damage it quite a bit, but I don't know. Hey! Oh, he needed vodka. That's the emergency.
Blast it with air. So anybody got like a wind
Right,
spell?
York, is it you?
No,
No,
it's me.
Hawk. Hawk.
Still Hawk.
Yeah, Dave, there's not any barrels on the deck, is there?
No. There are no
right,
barrels, there
okay.
are no crates.
No.
Okie dokie. Who is it? Was it York that was engulfed by Elemental B?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to.
You've seen him because he started to grow.
Yeah,
You
but
hulked out.
Yeah, he's hulked out, hasn't he? And he's engulfed. Whereas Grom is engulfed and he's still normal sized. He's not engorged.
Yeah.
Love that word. I am going to try and see if I can
York.
get to Grom to get him out of the elemental because I think that is really bad news.
Okay.
So I will do a disengage action.
Yep.
And I will leg it over to Grom and Elemental A, and then I will burn my action surge so that I get a second action. And
Yep.
as I'm piling towards Grom and Elemental A, I'm gonna leap into and grab Grom and then land on the bit of the deck that is where the I forget the name of it, the front post thing is. So what do you want from me? I'm guessing it's going to be like an acrobatic and an athletics check,
Go for it.
which luckily I'm good at in both. Right, so you got let's say that's the acrobatic one. So it's 14 plus 8 for acrobatics.
Yep.
And then not quite as good, but nearly a 12 plus 8 for so dirty 20 for the athletics check as well.
Nice.
And hopefully I will land with Grom outside the air elemental and he will not be in danger anymore. Awesome. Am I
Boom.
moving?
I'll dig him out.
There you go.
Yep. There you go.
I dug him out.
Okay.
You're right, Grom!
Yeah, all I see is you just like fly through, and I just grab arm.
Yeah, I imagine it's like that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And then I yank you out, and we both land on the other side in a sort of superhero pose.
Yeah, but to be fair, like you may land in a superhero pose. I'm tripping and falling.
And when I do land, I'll obviously turn around, draw weapons, and face the air elemental.
Cool. Good. Yorg. Mighty Yorg.
Am I able to take a 5-step back so I'm not within it?
You can.
I will do that then, please, as my move action. I will step back there, so I'm face to face with it, and then I will attack. So I'm going to use precise strike on my first swing of the sword. That's a 25 to hit with the first one.
Yep.
So that will be 6, 9, and 14. 21 points of damage as I just swing that sword in a wide arc and just try and hit it straight through the center, basically. And then with a second attack, I'm gonna do an upward backslash. That's only a 10 hit, so I'm assuming that misses.
Yes, that misses.
Okay, then I will just stand ready. Now I'll take another step back towards Fizz because I just want to try and stand as close to him as possible and keep him covered. So I'm going to raise the shield, keep the shield between me and the air elemental, and my body between the air elemental and Fizz.
Yeah.
And that's my go over.
Cool. Good.
Nice.
Next is Shilling.
Okay, Shilin, she's gonna dive through the window. It's like a forward roll onto the deck. Then run towards. Oh, wrong screen.
Just to point out, the door is open.
She's all about theatrical. She just wants to jump through the window. So she dives through.
So she didn't ask that, did she?
Yeah, it's quicker to just jump through the window for her.
You came in through the door, and you're like, I jump out the window.
So then she climbs up. She was there with what was it, a bow? So it's literally right next to her. So rather than go through the door, climbs up the rigging and uses her bow to take a pop shot elemental A this time.
Okay.
So let's have a go. So that's a 17 plus 7 to hit.
That hits.
So that is, yes, well in the 20s, and it's a d6 and d4. So that's 6 points of damage. I would say she's hiding or obscured this time, so I'm not going to add sneak attack.
Okay. Same thing. Just carries on going.
Yep.
Grom.
Okay. Now with Flynn pulling me out, and I did roll against myself, but I passed it. My armor's a little much for Grom, so I was a little off balance, but I was able to kind of catch myself and not trip all over. I'll just like instinctually just kind of turn, and I will swing with the axe right at elemental A.
Okay.
That is a 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Okay.
Get him.
That will be. God, rolling terrible on this die. That's 2 points of
Ooh.
slashing damage.
Okay. Anything else, Grom?
No, I will hold my ground with my shield up.
My go. Okay. Elemental A will continue forward to you, Grom, and attack. So it doesn't try to envelope you. It just tries to hit you. That is a 15.
That's a miss.
It's a miss. I get 2 attacks. I'm going to try again. That is also a miss. Elemental B. You see it kind of... Yorg, you see this. It seems to kind of look up at the rigging and starts to float up. And then it becomes eye level with Shilling. And it goes... But then stops.
Eyes just widened.
And it turns back round to Yorg and comes down for an attack. Against you, Yorg. So that's a dirty 20, which is a hit. Oh, it's a miss? Whoa. Yeah. And that is a 24.
That's a hit.
Okay. Again, it manages to smack you. There's 14 points of damage, and this thing pushes you backwards into the side of the boat, bouncing you off. Next up is Fizzwiz.
Okay. I think there's a moment, like a pause in the combat where, like, he sees it float up, and for a minute he's like, oh no, Shilling, and he's about to call out when he sees it stop, and like it doesn't attack. And I think he would notice that, and for a split second he's just pondering some things. Then he like looks around, it comes back down to Yorg and to the one attacking Grom, and he will beneath the shroud his eyes close, and then they just snap open, and the bright blue orbs that are in the eyes just grow a little bit, and he will cast at 3rd level magic missile. This is going to be 5 darts.
Nice.
So let's do. We're going to go at least 2 apiece, and then the third one we'll do depending on what. So we'll do air elemental B first. That is going to be 5, 6, 7 points of force damage on the first one and the second one, and then air elemental A. It's not that much cocked. Still cocked. Come on. There we go. 5 to 7 points of damage to air elemental A as well. I'm assuming they're both still up.
They are. But as you see, as each magic dart or magic missile hits them, the colour of the dart seems to... Just for a split second, you see this magic just echo through its form. As if this is now mostly cloud of moisture, but it's almost like a streak of lightning.
Yeah, but he's still going to put that last one into air elemental B, which will be 4 points of force damage, as all of these like little meteorites just launch out from him. He will then, with his movement, will go. I can't move again. So it'll be 5, 10. 15, 20, 25 should put him around here. And then I just wanted to question something, Dave, because on the cloak that I'm wearing, on the item it says bonus action for its benign teleport, but in the action list it says it's an action. So is it a bonus action or an action to use that teleport feature?
I will use it as a bonus action. You just have to make a manual update on that.
That's fine. I'll do that later. Just working out for later. But that, I think there's not a bad position as long as I am pretty much around here. Then, yeah, he'll hold fire there.
Cool. Top of the round. Everybody do a perception check, please.
Oh,
12.
10.
Oh,
Nope.
14.
Nope.
dirty
I
20.
got a natural 20.
Okay.
Ooh.
Fizz and Flynn, or Hawk. You notice climbing up onto the boat from the south side, where York had already gone to explore, is a male figure completely dressed in black robes. And he just steps up onto the boat and he holds up his hand. And he says, "Stop!" You see him, 2 flicks of his fingers as the air elementals disappear. They go and disappear.
Could have done with you 5 minutes ago.
I am.
Like Fizz, like holding the staff. Who are you?
Well, I was here 5 minutes ago, but you were the ones who were intruding on my vessel. And you, brother wizard. I would have thought that you had been able to handle these elementals.
I think, like with that, like
Oh, that's a diss.
pulls the
Little shade there. I just met him.
Yeah. Grom
pulls
just
the
is
hat
like,
back. He's like- and there's like a smile on this bearded face. He's like, I'm still relatively new to magic, but did you conjure these? Are these yours to control? It's impressive magic.
It is impressive magic, and I will be happy to teach you it sometime. But they are a self-defense mechanism. I set an alarm in the captain's quarters.
Oh.
So I assume that one or maybe more of you have been putting your dirty little fingers where you shouldn't have been. That was the only way that they would have been, my little friends would have appeared.
Yep, dirty fingers, guilty. Yeah. We were trying to figure out why this boat was here. Nothing sinister.
Yeah, we're sorry. We thought it was derelict. We've come in from. Sorry, hi. I'm Fizzwiz, and the hand comes out. I'm Fizzwiz Clockhand. We were just seeing if anybody needed any help, or if we've got a mission to do, and this is our first port of call here, and we weren't expecting to find a vessel, let alone any survivors. Obviously, I can see you're alive and you're okay, but how are you here? Why are you here? Who are you?
You see him. So when you put out your hand to shake it, he steps across the boat and joins you. And as he's walking across to you, he pulls back his hood, and you can see. Let's see if this. I'll bring it up on screen. You can see he is an elf. And he walks up to you. He takes your hand. He says, Brother Fizzwiz. I am Dalamar.
Hi, Dalamar. You're Elven.
No,
and then he looks towards Shilling. Is like, is that why they didn't attack her?
Well, yes, of
She
course.
looks up at the crow's there. She's like, what's going on? She's coming down though.
All of my shipmates are Elven. We are a Sylvanesti band. Explorers, if you will. But that is why our ship is here. And I do understand your need to think it is derelict. We have come under a lot of attack recently. The various creatures of this sea don't appear to like our ship.
I mean, surely this Hawk and Schilling was saying this place was a cove, a smuggler's cove, and surely they're used to ships around here. Hawk, and he kind of like looks a bit lost because he knows nothing of this area.
I think we've lost Hawk.
Is Hawk frozen?
Hawk's on pause.
Shilling's Inquisition asked
too
what
much
their
rum.
cargo was.
Yeah. So I'll kind of step forward, and you mentioned creatures. What types of creatures?
Well, from here, a lot of giant octopuses or octopi seem to have attacked our ship. We put it here in need of repair, but sometimes they still come up. I use the air elementals to make sure that if anything would attack the ship, that they would attack them first. We have been fairly alone here for the past few months.
We've been here for months.
Wow.
Indeed, yes.
How many are there of you in your crew?
There are a dozen of us.
Yeah. Are you all okay?
We are getting by.
Is he being truthful to us at the minute? Because Shilling's a little bit like, she doesn't know too much about this guy.
You can roll an insight.
Yep. Okay. That's a 2, so not very insightful.
No, you don't know.
Right.
Fizz would he kind of like looks around everyone. He's like, we're traveling because there's a war. It's not been going on that long, it's weeks, but the dragon armies of Takesis have been marching on Calaman and on the south, and we're on a mission heading north.
You mean the dragon army have reached Calaman?
What do you know of the dragon army?
They're close. Yeah. I mean, did they do this to you, or do we need to be wary of you?
The dragon army are already here in the northern wastes, but you mentioned Calaman. Did they take Calaman?
No.
Not
They
yet.
took Vogler. They destroyed Vogler.
I don't know
They
the Vogler.
Vogler is to the west of Calaman, further along the river.
I see.
It's a smaller settlement. It doesn't have its own army. Calaman was better defended and more prepared. Vogler was taken by surprise. This is before we knew about Takesis and the Dragon Army and what threat we all faced. We managed to get to Calaman and give them enough warning where they were able to raise their army and stave off the main host of the Dragon Army. We've been running scouting missions up and down the coast, and we are tasked with heading into the northern reaches in search of a place called the City of Lost Names.
Fascinating.
Brother, what do you know about this?
The dragon army attacked the Sylvanesti forest, which is my homeland, many months ago. Myself and a few of us here, my team leader, Zersil, we were part of a defense contingent for Sylvanesti. And we were...
Is he telling the truth?
You can do an insight check.
19.
Oh, that's better than mine.
Where was he? He was
Sorry about
over
that, guys. The internet died.
He was down there, and Doran was up there.
Good recovery.
Oh,
What I miss?
There you go.
there. Zhup, 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 zhup.
you solved the
Say that
puzzle.
again.
So I got 19 on my insight check.
He's telling the truth, as far as you can tell.
Okay.
There was no.
I just had the suspicion that he's a pirate. Sorry.
No,
Yeah,
you've heard
it's
similar
suspect,
things
like,
from being your time in Calaman. Remember, you had that the room where you were stationed. You had a blackboard
Yep.
with different bits and pieces, so you would have
Yep.
seen where the Dragon Army had pushed forward. So Sylvanesti is gone.
Right.
So Danamar and his contingent, there's a dozen of them who were the primary defense of Sylvanesti. Because of their failure, they have basically been pushed to Northern Wastes to look for some ancient elven magical items that may help them in this war. And as he explains all this to you, he also explains, if you come with me, this area is probably not safe with the amount of natural foes who are here. But my encampment is just 6 miles away. We can get there easy enough. And I will tell you everything you need to know on the way.
Okay, we have other boats to land. If there are creatures out there in the waters, giant squids and God knows what else, then those boats are at risk. We want to bring them ashore here. Is it safe to do that?
They will be safe here.
Okay. Fizz, can you signal Darrett to land? And then we'll head inland to the encampment and scout further on, but at least they can land before the ships get damaged.
Yeah, Fizz would climb to the top of the rigging where he saw Shilling went to, and then he pulls the wand and the strands up, and you watch as the silver goes into the sky and forms 4 balls of silver light that then just ebb to green, just like they did when you were going green shield with the shield at the top of High Hill, and they all pulse with green.
Nice. So you were going to travel with him?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
So on the way, Danamar explains that his expedition members, the Elven camp itself, lies next to some small ruins, and there's a plateau overlooking the wastes. Eventually, when you arrive, you see that there are a dozen or so tents arranged in a kind of a spiral pattern. You see that there are 10 elves are present in the camp, and their leader, Zersil, stands up and presents himself to you. Have we lost him again?
Oh my god, I didn't even notice.
The cardboard cut out.
It's gone.
He's gone.
I never know when he's gone.
Still.
So Danamar explains that. Go ahead.
In and out. Oh, you'll have to forget about our companion who likes to drink and is in and out.
It just keeps going back to the queue, back to the edge, back of the party, catches up and then falls back again.
Just wandering around. He's half drunk. It's fine.
So Danamar explains that Sylvanesti was once if you're aware of it, is once a beautiful woodland nation. It had sculpted trees and towering spires, which was the Shilling. Did you say where you came from?
I am
Are you Sylvanesti?
Sylvanesti. Yeah, I am.
Okay.
This is quite pertinent to me. Her little ears are pricking up. She's
So
staring
as he
intently.
explains that your homeland, so with all that beauty and history, now lies in ruins and has been invaded by the dragon armies. The elves struggled to defend their homeland and were ultimately forced to retreat. Now, most of the people, the Sylvanesti, they've travelled to an island, off of the island of Southern Urgoth, just to find a new home. So they've been completely moved. While Danamar is here with just a handful of people to see if there is magic located somewhere in the Northern Wastes. And as he explains, he means more because it's pre-cataclysm magic.
Yes.
So all of this land would have been fertile land and would have been blessed by the Sylvanesti elves many years ago. And now this is it. This is Mad Max territory. There are chasms, jutted, jagged stone, and it's a harsh, barren wasteland.
Okay. And would Shalyn have known a little bit about us before she set off, or is this a very recent thing within like last, I don't know, week or so?
What?
As in like the events that have pushed the Sylvanesti out of where they are. They're fleeing.
It's happened a few months back.
Okay,
But
so she would have been
you've
probably
only just
aware of
found.
it.
No, you've just found out
okay,
about it.
Okay, so obviously she's.
You haven't been
aware.
home in a long time.
Okay. So yeah, she's quite distraught. So yeah, anything to find these items, I will help. Obviously, she may not be able to with the group. They may want to do other things, but yeah, at the minute she's quite fraught and very emotional. Let's say it's a bit of a shock to her. But she doesn't normally show a lot of emotion. She's very normally composed, but you can see her eyes are welling up a bit, and she's very sort of distressed. But try to be as composed as she can.
Okay. Anybody else?
What do you intend to do if you do find any pre-cataclysm magics?
We will fight the dragon armies.
But I only see 10 of you.
We will take them back with the elves.
Is there a greater force? There is a greater force somewhere.
We have the Knights of Solemnia, if
Yes.
they still stand. We have the elves of Sylvanesti. And likely we have pockets of survivors like yourself. As long as the city of Calaman can hold. There has to be a light that stands against the darkness.
But we need to work together. Those forces need to cooperate. I do not know about the Knights. I haven't heard from them since I left to travel to Vogler for Ispen's funeral. So I don't know how they fare. The Knights that were in Vogler were killed during the defence of that town. The forces of Calaman, what's left of them, a large part's travelled here with us. The council was slain. And the city is now under the rule of Lord Baccharis, who was once a resident of Vogler and travelled from Vogler to Calaman with us. So Calaman is reeling, and it wasn't the force it was before the Dragon Army descended. We faced a Death Knight, a creature called Lauren Soth. I believe a general or high-ranking member of the Dragon Queen's army. He was searching the catacombs below Calaman, the tomb of a knight of the crown called Xanas Celarius. Xanas Salame. We don't know what he was seeking. It wasn't a dragon lance. The dragon lance that was in Salamir's tomb was still there, and I will pull out the tip that I have. It wasn't this that he saw.
Fascinating.
It was something else. Again, pre-cataclysm. And the spirit of Salamir told us that this Soth is heading north to the city of lost names, and he's gone again, yeah.
You mentioned this city of lost names. And
yes.
I agree, we do need to work together. May I confide in you?
Yes.
Our team leader here, Zerasul, he wants nothing to do with outsiders. You are simply an obstacle to us elves' progress. Now, I think we have a mutual understanding, or we could have a mutual understanding. I have also heard of the City of Lost Names. Now, I believe that there could be some hidden magic. I don't know where the city is, but I do know it was reportedly a magical marvel that might hold some valuable secrets that we could use against the dragon army. But I think we may be in a bit of a race. The dragon army are also here, searching for what I do not know.
They're here.
They are here, turning over rocks faster than we can. As I said, Zerasul seems to be content in moving slowly and cataloguing every single thing that we find. I know you want to get back to your own troops and off your ships, but if I can find a way to welcome them into our encampment, and if we can work together, I can give you, I just see what Fizz has done, I can give you 3 locations. 3 locations that you could advance scout for us. And then
That's
report back
kind
with
of
your
why we're here.
findings.
I mean, we're here as a scouting party, and
Just says, we'll do whatever we can. You can trust us. I'm Silver Nesty myself, so you have no need to worry.
So what do you say?
Let's go.
to look at Shilling, and he nods. Whatever you need, I'm here for you, and I'm sure we all are.
I'll walk over to Shilling and just whisper, "We can trust him, right?"
Yeah, we can trust them.
All right. Then I'll stand with the party.
You give us these 3 locations, we will scout them out and share the knowledge of what we find. That is, after all, what our task is. That's what Lord Baccaris asked us to do. Scout ahead of the main party,
Yeah.
and try and find whatever Queen Takesis General is looking for before they do. You're right,
Seems
we
like
are
we're
in a
after the
race.
same
We're in a
things.
race to stop them finding this pre-cataclysm item.
How far are these locations?
Not far, but you will have to travel across the wastes to get there. And I've already mentioned that the seas and the coasts have giant creatures, so do on land. Whatever befell at the cataclysm seems to have twisted some of the natural occupants. So on land, you may face giant scorpions.
Giant scorpions.
I'm sorry, what?
Giant scorpions. Like regular size scorpions, but much bigger.
Big.
Well, how much bigger are we talking?
Imagine slightly bigger than a cow.
So the size of a horse.
Indeed.
Can you ride them?
No. Not these ones. Plus things like giant spiders. Be wary of those.
Oh.
They have a nasty bite.
Dave's favourite.
Is
Who's
there
Dave?
anything you might? Is there anything you might be able to provide to us on this as we go on our journey? Any rations or
Anything to help us.
potatoes? I love to make.
We
a
can,
good stew.
Magic
certainly
weapons,
provide
magic
you with a place to rest. We can provide you with any normal weapons and equipment you may require. We can provide you with rations for your journey. And when you have completed each location, if you can bring the findings back to me directly, then maybe we can find something that will be useful for everyone. Any treasure, gold, consider it payment. But any significant magical find, especially if it looks elven in nature, then bring it back to me directly. The 3 locations you need to take note of are the Blue Phoenix Shrine. That will be your first location. From there, you can move on to a place called the Sunwood Fortress. And from there, the third location is a place called Wakenrith. Wakenrith.
I didn't like Wake and Wrath.
Yes.
I mean, these are all pretty ominous names.
So the map.
What else can you tell us about these places?
Yes.
I can't tell you much about them, but you'll be able to. You'll recognize. He marks them on the map for you, so the locations are there. We've only just briefly scouted them out based on old maps that we have. We haven't yet gone there. But there is also one more thing. The cracks and crevices around the wastes. Just beware of the thing that we call the wash. These are flash floods. This is seawater hurtling in to these passages. And if you do not reach a safe spot, they will flush you out into areas you do not wish to be.
How do we know they're coming? How can we see them? How can we avoid them?
Before you see them, you should probably feel them and hear them. And they will always come from the coast side.
Well, thank you for this information.
Mm-hmm.
I do, however, have one more question. Of these giant horse-sized scorpions and spiders, have you yourself or anyone been in combat with them? Is
No.
there anything you might be able to share?
Not as yet, we have not. We've only had rumors of them. Again, there is notes and journals from the past. We are piecing this together.
So there could be
We have seen
more
a giant octopus.
gigantic
Could be
creatures.
All manner of creatures here in the wastes.
Or it could just be stories.
Very true. But some stories have a certain amount of truth to them.
Yeah, Grom, where I'm from,
They do.
on Sandcrest, people say dragons are stories, but there's a reason I can speak Draconic. Stories have some truth to their beginnings.
Yes, it's very wise, Wiz.
What do you think, Flynn?
Well, it seems that
Yeah,
he's in a lot.
He's asleep.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's just about to wake up. Here he is. Shinning's like kicking him. Wake up.
Right, quick,
Pass out
before it
drunk.
dies again.
We need unanimous agreement. Do you wish to follow Dalamar or not?
Yes, even though I have not been around for what he said. Yes.
Correct
Yes,
answer.
Let's do it. Yes.
You'll have to tune in to the episode.
We all said no.
Right.
We all said no.
Yeah, you'll get on your own.
Yeah. You definitely want to go, and then he finds out next time he's the only one that went.
Yeah.
Cool. And
Yeah,
with
sorry,
that,
guys,
we will
my
find
internet keeps
out.
dying.
We will find out what happens in the next episode, where you'll get to go to what was the first one?
Blue Phoenix Shrine.
Blue Phoenix Shrine.
There'll be a
That
blue
sounds
fucker better be
as a
cold.
shrine.
I just see an
And that's
iceberg
the
of
best-
Articuno.
The
Yeah,
Blue
that's what I was
Phoenix, the
thinking.
best
The
club in all
legendary
the
bird.
northern reaches.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're just going to the Blue Phoenix, guys. Get your steel ready.
Da-ba-da-ba-da-ba.
Sounds like a
Yeah,
good
that is
club.
cool. Well, I told you it was going to be a nice, easy, relaxing episode to get us into chapter 3.
Yeah.
Because when you've said that before, it always is.
It went to shit, didn't it, last time?
When you disappeared for a bit, I was like, what the fuck is going to happen now? Who's going to come out from behind the scenes? Who's going to be like, I am the Dark Lord, Long Arcanison. Fuck.
Yeah.
Right, just in case I die again, I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. Bye, bye.
Yeah. Right, we'll leave it there nice and early, and we have a lot to do in Chapter 3. You have an entire wasteland to explore. The map you saw earlier, that is also in the player shared folder, I think. If not, I'll put it in there.
I like that map.
So you can mark things on there as and when you need to as well. But cool. We are in Chapter 3. The Northern Wastes. Ancient elven relics to find. And it's a race. You are now in a race between you and the Dragon Army. Who's going to get there first? It's like Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. They were digging in the wrong place. What information do you have? So you've got to use the information that you know and that you've learned from the previous chapters, and I'm not going to tell you anything, to find it.
So I like this, but it's right on my street because it's like we got to get there first because we get something and it makes the final fight easier, or if we don't get it, it makes it harder.
Yeah,
yes,
pretty much.
Nice one.
Cool.
If this was a computer game, these are the bits I like.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
This is gonna be good.
there's a lot to fight. Like, when you got to think back and like trying to remember all the notes, I'm like, there's been a lot of pre-calamity stuff mentioned.
Yes, and this is why.
Build up.
So you need to brush up on your notes and figure it out.
Or rewatch all of it.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Oh,
It's
geez,
all
I ain't got that
views.
much
It's all
time.
fine. I will tell you that this is the medium. This is the biggest chapter. This is the medium chapter. There is a hell of a lot of stuff in here to find. But yeah, this whole chapter is Raiders of the Lost Ark. And it's putting those little pieces together and then finding these things. Chapter 4 is actually much smaller than.
There's a chapter 4, guys. We're not at the end.
If you make it, This is the medium chapter. There's 5 chapters.
Oh,
I thought it was going to be.
And where
I thought it was going to be 6. There's normally 6 in there.
Well, because you've had extra chapters, so that we did the prequel and chapter 1 at the same time.
Ah, okay.
And in the book, this doesn't start until chapter 3. But you can't,
Jeff's
like,
gone again.
you know.
No, I haven't.
No, it's back.
He's sitting
he
really
was
nice
holding
there.
it. He was like doing
No,
that.
I was just seeing if anyone would notice I was frozen, but I wasn't frozen.
You got me. You got me.
Right, and with that, we will leave it there, folks.
Funny, is it? No, not really. I'm just
Big
kidding.
blinks,
Oh,
let me know.
And we will say bye, and we will see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
everybody.
Remember, youtube.com/bandofbadgers. Go subscribe.
Yeah, remember, just the tip.